Welcome everybody. This is going to be a brief video, but I want to touch upon a few really important subjects. I want to talk about building your connection to nature, getting closer to the natural world through your actions, through your day-to-day actions, through what you eat, put on your skin, what you think, and what you do. We're living in a crazy, crazy world, you guys. The world is rapidly becoming just absolutely saturated with Wi-Fi pollution, and we have the rollout of 5G coming. We've got cell phone towers being erected in the big cities as if it was, it's just amazing how many of these are continuing to be erected. They're constantly having panels added to them. And if you studied what the dangers of these towers, you wouldn't be, thinking I sound crazy right now. But with the aerosol sprays that they're spraying, they can manipulate the scalar waves in the aerosols and the different metals with the cell phone towers. And these cell phone towers act as kind of rogue scalar wave manipulators, kind of like the HARP system out of Alaska, High Frequency Active Auroral Research Program. I highly recommend looking that up if you haven't done so. With HARP, you guys out of Alaska, they can manipulate the ionosphere and they can actually manipulate the scalar energies of these aerosols. But these towers almost act as rogue HARP stations, so to speak. So there's a lot of crazy stuff going on, folks. This is why it's so important to take daily action towards things that can bring you closer to the direct current of the earth, such as, but not limited to, grounding yourself to the earth, sleeping grounded, getting yourself away from these toxic, the beds that people are sleeping in. You have to remember that you spend 1/3 of your life in bed. 1/3. That means that 1/3 of your life is spent on your mattress. And most people are sleeping on mattresses that have fire retardants, chemical additives, and different, these new beds. I'm not going to go too deep into it, but the new beds and the new, the new carpets especially have some nanofibers in them, which I'll talk about in the near future. But things are crazy right now, folks. Things are crazy. You can change your lifestyle. You can indeed massively change your life, considering the fact, like I just said, you spend 1/3 of your life in bed. You spend the majority of your life indoors, but you spend 1/3 of it in bed. You can modulate and augment your sleep experience, get yourself a bed that's natural, and greatly upgrade your life. Sleeping is something, a lot of people aren't going to be willing to change their lifestyle and eat healthy food, but if you want, you can do some really simple things, such as get a bed. It may be more expensive as in like a direct immediate purchase. It may seem like a lot to invest all at once, but once you buy a new bed, it's like all you have to do is sleep in it, and you're going to be greatly helping your lungs. You're going to be greatly helping your circadian rhythm, the quality of sleep that you have, which is essential for regeneration, but it's also going to be helping your skin, your various organs, etc. So it's amazing what they're slipping into a lot of the appliances, you guys, the cookware that off-gas certain things. The air filtration systems in most houses are bogus. You got to remember that you live in a control grid, ladies and gentlemen. He agrees. You live in a control grid. So to think that, oh my goodness, my refrigerator that's spitting out toxic I'm not even going to get into it. It's insane. We'll do a video just on refrigerators, not to mention microwaves and electric stoves and all the other garbage. But, to think the water filter on your refrigerator is actually doing something. Come on, folks. Stop having so much faith on these corporations. Start having more faith in nature. I just doused myself in magnesium chloride. This is one of the things that I highly recommend doing. I really am a huge fan of magnesium therapy on certain minerals that we're deficient in. I talk more about magnesium and how to apply it on my Patreon page. But, there's some really simple things that you can begin doing, such as, but not limited to, get a new bed. I know it may sound like, oh, what are you asking us to get a new bed for, bro? It's so much money, this and that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you paid for the garbage bed. There's solutions to this, and some of these things aren't the cheapest, but they are essential. You can upgrade the lighting that you have in your house, you guys. You can go back to the get away from the LEDs and go back to the more like incandescent lights. Those are healthier. You can get Himalayan salt lamps and put them around your house. And when the sun goes down, get away from the blue light, you guys. The blue light, when you're exposed to it after sunset from these LEDs, the toxic blue light goes into your brain, affects parts of your physiology, your hypothalamus, your brain stem, your pineal gland, and it causes your brain to have improper. It causes the melatonin in your brain to not be produced properly, and that is a absolutely essential constituent for regeneration and so many other functions. But there's a reason why people don't sleep well. It's because you have blue light on in your house after the sun goes down, and it's haywire on your brain. So Himalayan salt lamps, candlelight. You know, candlelight is a flame, but the flame doesn't affect your melatonin in a negative way. It actually helps produce these things. So getting away from unnatural light, get yourself a water filter, get yourself a shower filter. These are some of the easiest things that you can do because they don't really require your effort in relation to what you're putting into your system through what you eat. So a lot of people won't be able to eat 10 cups of vegetables a day. A lot of people won't want to consume all these algae potions and all this stuff that I talk about, but a lot of people can indeed, if they have the money, buy things like a natural bed, Himalayan salt lamps, but you know, beeswax or soy wax candles that's organic. Get them around your house. Just be careful when you light them. Get rid of your television. Get rid of your microwave. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear the whole, oh, it's not convenient. It's not convenient to get rid of my microwave. I need it. When I got rid of my microwave, my life changed massively. Do not complain about bad health. Do not complain about the system. Do not complain about how your health is being attacked if you're still using a microwave, folks. I don't think there's ever an appropriate time to use a microwave. Ever. Get rid of your television. And you know what I do is, and I know this isn't the greatest thing, but I just use my computer. I use my laptop, folks, to watch movies, watch documentaries, and research. But I have a program on here. I think it's called Care for Your Eyes or something like that. It allows you to adjust the temperature of the light coming from the computer, and it allows you to actually control and manipulate the amount of blue light coming from this computer. So I'm not looking at the computer all day with this toxic blue light. Now, blue light is not toxic in nature. The sun produces blue light, ladies and gentlemen. It's part of the color spectrum. However, when it comes from these computers, when it comes from these devices, it messes with your natural wake and sleep cycles. It affects your emotions, your mood. It affects your health. In my opinion, exposure to blue light can be linked to, in some cases, different forms of cancers and physiological ailments. So, yes, the food is a huge part of this. Yes, the water is a huge part of this. But this goes much deeper. It goes into the realm of light and sound and frequency. There are frequencies that are actually affecting us as well from these devices. They're inaudible to the programmed mind, but in a calmed state, you can become attuned to these frequencies. There are all sorts of things that are happening in the invisible spectrum that are manipulating us right now. So let's not choose to do that. Let's choose to plant trees in our front yard. Let's do things that actually get us closer to nature. The 5G rollout, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to want to be in an area where there's a lot of trees because the 5G signals are weak. That's why they have to put these transceivers every so many feet. The cellular stuff. So, 5G, one of the ways that it gets blocked out or muddled is through trees. Plant trees. Try to not live in an apartment complex where you're stacked on top of one another. These apartments and these houses where everyone's cramped, these new homes that are going up, especially in California, that are like these giant blocks where there's these apartments that are just stacked one on top of each other, and these buildings are like a quarter mile long. This is part of the Agenda 21 prototype rollout. You do not want to live in a situation like that where there's so much Wi-Fi and so much electromagnetic radiation beaming on you or being radiated all night. You're being electrocuted. If you think I'm joking, these things can be tested with instruments. Look at all the smart meters on these apartment complexes as well. I feel so bad for the people. And every apartment complex that I've ever looked at, you guys, there's the apartment complex, and on one of the walls, there's one poor apartment where there's just like 15 different smart meters attached to one building. Someone's sleeping on the other side of that, ladies and gentlemen. This is an assault. These people who designed these things knew exactly what they were doing. These millimeter wave technologies, etc., that are being rolled out, these have been known for years, over 30 years, to be great weapon systems, folks. We still don't know enough about the 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi systems that we're using. There are so many things that are being rolled out that have not had extensive research on them to verify whether they're safe or not. Do you really want to be a part of this? Do you really want to have something so toxic, potentially so toxic in your home, just so you can download movies quicker? Just so you can have a quicker internet connection? Just so you can stay logged into your video games online more efficiently? We are becoming such a domesticated creature that lives in a false environment. We've been separated from the direct current of energy, or the direct current energy of nature. Most of us don't even get adequate sun levels anymore, you guys. There's a huge vitamin D deficiency here in the material world right now. Oh, but I take vitamin D. Vitamin D synthesis from the sun is much different than you just taking some vitamin D2 or vitamin D3. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, supplementing is not always an answer. Supplementing is not an excuse. You can't just take vitamin D and play your video games all day and think that you're getting adequate levels of vitamin D. You need the sun. Just like a plant, you need the sun to grow, folks. Excuse me. You need the damn sun. What's wrong with us? There's a vitamin D deficiency. I'm so glad to be part of the group, or not the group per se, but I'm so glad to have not grown up in this age where technology just took over and all the children want to stay inside, huddled around television screens. Every time I go to walk my dogs at night, when the sun's down, I look through, all I see is blue light coming through these households, as if there's some type of alien abduction coming through going on inside. These blue light devices are killing you. Also and we pay for it. That's the crazy thing. We actually pay for this. We pay to watch these television programs that are the TVs are not only spitting out subliminals through the flicker rate technology, which I've talked about extensively on this channel, but they're also exposing you to these negative images, subconscious images. Okay, these programs on the television are incredibly disgusting and inappropriate, especially these children's programs. And then you have the blue light coming through. And you pay for this. You pay for cable TV. You pay a monthly bill for this, and most of it's all advertisements. TV should be free. These advertising, it's an amazing scam. It's one of the greatest scams ever put on the public. It dictates your life. It tells you what to think. It tells you what to feel. If you watch TV, ladies and gentlemen, you are not being healthy. You are not being smart. And I'm not trying to sound judgmental. Get rid of your television. Save the money. Save money on your electricity bill. Don't stop. Get out of your contract. Get on a computer. Get a laptop or a computer. Keep it away from your body. At least try to stay about 6 feet away from it. I know it may sound contradictory because I'm right next to mine, but it's off right now. And get yourself one of those blue light programs to control the wavelength of the light coming out of it. Also, you guys, I'm going to talk more in the future about how to get rid of dirty electricity in your home. These walls that we're surrounded in have electricity moving through them. This affects our own bioenergetic electromagnetic field, also known as our aura, or the subtle organizing energy fields of the human body. We have an invisible spectrum around us of various oscillating geometric patterns that contribute our energy field. We can't see them anymore, though, because we're disconnected from the source because of the fallen state that we currently live in. And this fallen state is perpetuated. You see, they're trying to give you an AI reality, ladies and gentlemen. They're trying to take you away from nature, and they're trying to keep you indoors as long as you can. That's why most people work indoors all day. That's why most people spend the majority of their life indoors. Go out and touch a damn tree. Take your shoes off and plant them on the earth. Drink clean water. Again, I'm going to wrap this one up, you guys. I've kind of gotten off on a tangent. I just wanted to remind you, leave the drapes open during the day. Keep the lights off. I don't run these lights at all during the day unless I'm in the kitchen cooking something. And even then, it's just the overhead light. And I wear my blue blocking glasses when I'm around that. I don't like this toxic. These lights are absolutely damaging. The research is out there, folks. I keep saying folks. The research is absolutely out there for anyone who's willing to look it up. It's really unfortunate, and it's just it's interesting though because all this can be mitigated. I'm gonna wrap this one up, you guys. If you're interested in more content, go over to my Patreon page. I got a really extensive upload coming in a couple of days. I just wanted to do kind of a brief little update for YouTube, but you know, get yourself an air filter. Look up you know, check out my Amazon store if you're interested. I've got these air filters and stuff in there, and you can take a look around. If you buy stuff through if you click the link and keep that link open and don't close it out and open up Amazon again. If you shop through Amazon through the link contained below and buy something, I get a little tiny percentage of that. It helps fund the operation. It helps fund my channel. It helps you know, fun things like production. I'm looking to get a green screen soon and really upgrade my channel. So you know, if you're interested, I've got all sorts of different water filters on there and stuff like that. But an air filter, light, clean air, clean light, ladies and gentlemen, from Himalayan salt lamps that produce negative ions, negatively charged electrons. Those are great for you. They spit out electrons into your living space. Clean light, such as you know, the pink Himalayan salts, the incandescent light bulbs, and the candle light. If you can do candles or even like fireplace, that's great. Clean light, clean water, clean air, clean sleeping environment. So you really want to maximize. The first thing that you want to do to start taking care of your health, you guys, is question and augment your sleeping quarters. You need to make this into a restoration regeneration chamber. And you need to, excuse me, you need to use certain crystals and things like that in your room. You need to create an energy grid around your bed to keep some of these negative energies out. One of the greatest ways that they tap into you is through your sleep, through your dreams. We need to rewire the subconscious mind. The dreams are like a filing cabinet system to a large extent, but these entities do attack us in sleep. So, question, augment, and upgrade your sleeping situation, ladies and gentlemen. That is one of the greatest ways to begin restoring your health, because you're doing this for like 8 to 9 hours a night. You want to get deep sleep. You want to get yourself a sarong, I think they're called. Maybe that's not what they're called. It's like a sleep shield thing. I don't know what they're called. I use one. You put it over your eyes at night and it keeps all the light out. You want to try to, you know, here in Virginia, in my bed, there's a alarm clock in the kitchen. And where I sleep in the bedroom, I can actually see the alarm clock at night. And even though that thing is spitting out just a little amount of light, it actually affects your sleep cycles. You want to be in complete darkness. You want to get either shutters that block out light completely, and those aren't exactly easy to find. You need thick, like canvas black shutters or drapes. You want to get yourself one of those sleep shields for your eyes and get used to sleeping with that. And you also want to wear your blue blocking glasses for at least 3 hours before you go to bed so that you can produce more melatonin. But I'll talk more about that in the near future, you guys. I just wanted to give you guys some suggestions. I just wanted to give you guys a brief update. There's going to be a lot more content. I've got, again, that hour-long video coming up soon. Peace be with you all.